Good afternoon everyone. I'm Linh from Group 3. So today I'm gonna, on behalf of my group, will present to you the topic about advertising copywriting. And this is my presentation contain the first is definition, the role and copy in business, copy, common mistake, learning, and final is conclusion. So what is advertising copywriting? So as we know, advertising is the communication with the user of a product or service, and copywriting is a skill to use words and the technique of arranging them smartly to promote the business, a product or service, an idea or a customer. So basically, advertising copywriting is the creation of a message that aims at developing and retaining on interest of the target customer and prompting them to purchase the product within a couple of seconds. So in general, in other words, the advertising copywriting is use words to creatively to prompt customers to purchase their product or service. And who make the ad copy, we will call ad copy for short, is called copywriter. So for example, this is an advertisement of recolor selling cough suppressant. Normally when you give a compliment, you will say like, you look beautiful. But when you have cough, this is the sentence maybe feel like insincere. For example, you look beautiful. So it's make like it's not normal and like you are not sincere. So the company understand the real situation. They put a little word cough in the middle of the sentence. It's very eye-catching and easy to understand, and the customer feel like they are related with this advertisement. And so at the end is a small logo. Make sure good news sound like good news. Everyone already knows that when you have illness, you have to buy medicine to cure it. But this is more than that. This is about protecting your communication and your worldwide. So how important an ad copy in business is based on three values, also three functions, main function of ad copy. So in a content of ad copy, they will deliver three main values. The first is brand image. So this is how a company want to portray itself in customer. Like you want the image of your company in their position be professional or be funny, be pride. It's based on how the ad copy deliver your advertisement to your customer. And the next is creating value. So an ad copy must deliver the benefits and feature of the product, so your customer will know what benefits your product can bring to them, and it's create the value of your product. And the final is connecting with the audience. Audience feel related to your product and your company when the product is fit their individuality. So the connect is very important because it's the basic standard to build a customer relationship. And how an ad copy can do that to promote sales by words, only words. So there are 6 main types of ad copy based on different purpose of your ad copy. The first is human interest. This entices the emotions and sense of its prospective customer rather than the intellect and judgment. This type of ad copy creates the different emotion. It can be humorous, fear, fun, and warm, and so on. So, for example, this is an advertisement of close-up toothpaste. You can see the bright color in this, and they put the slogan, "Don't think, just kiss." So we already know using toothpaste doesn't mean that you will have a wonderful kiss like two main characters in this advertisement, but with this, people will have an mental effect that when they use the product of this company, they will have a wonderful kiss and wonderful feeling of love, and the toothpaste will make the kiss be more wonderful like this. And opposite with the first ad copy, the reason why ad copy appeals directly to the intellect are the judgment of an individual than the emotions. As you can see, Colgate approach their customer with the form of testimonials or guarantees, and they prove that the result of the product has been tested and people can trust them. The third is educational ad copy. It attempts to inform, update, and prompt its clients to buy product by educating the prospective customer. So they will introduce customer a new habit and attract them with it. And Aquafina did it very well. They put an ad copy with a slogan like to motivate their customer to drink 4 bottles of Aquafina equals to 2 liters every day. So with the image of a beautiful, perfect body woman, people will have an internal belief that when they use the product and have this kind of behavior, they will have the same perfect body and healthy body like her. The institutional is to create, maintain, and increase the goodwill through its philosophy, objectives, and policies, so that the prospective customer register in their mind. It means that the organization will create a good perspective in the customer mind. Like World Ice Cream, they put an activity to warning about the global warming. So it's not about the product, it's about the organization, and customers feel that the organization really pay attention to the value of the society, not only their profit, their own organization. So the image show that when there will be a global shortage of ice cream due to global warming, people will not have a chance to eat their ice cream because global warming is very serious. And suggestive ad copy. It suggests or attempt to convey the message to the readers directly or indirectly and prompts them to purchase the product. Suggestive advertising, nowadays they are usually related to the sexy ad copy. This kind of ad copy had a strong impression to the customer because it's related to sexual and it's very effective to the adult. But it must be careful when you use this type of ad copy because it's not suitable for product for kids, and it may be very sensitive. And the final one is expository. It's about the fact that are clear and appropriate. In this kind of NYC taxi, you can see that if the slogan, if you hate waiting, raise your hand. Yes, everybody hate waiting. Everybody will agree with this statement. And besides that, it remind the gesture. When you want to catch a taxi, you will raise your hand, right? So one gesture in different situation, they are very well knit. And the copywriter put them together in one ad copy is very related to customer, very easy to understand and very clever. Now we will do 3 common mistakes when the copywriter do their work. The first is misspelling. It is the most common mistake because when the copywriter is careless about the work, so misspelling create uncomfortable feeling and professional image. Based on the advertisement Vietnam, they indicate that the 74% of people pay attention to the spelling and grammar when they visit a website, and 50% of people do not work with a company have the misspelling mistake. So you must be very careful. So, and the second is wrong meanings. Wrong meanings is affected by many elements, and most of them is the culture. And there are some more simple example for you. For that, when you sell a table for kids, you have many color for the product, like black or white or yellow. But when the title of the product has been put together, like kids desk, it means like you sell your desk only for black kids, and it means racist. And this is the true case in real life. So you must be very careful, because it leads to misunderstanding and create negative perception. And the final is writing long. So many copywriters want to put many useful information about the product, but no one want to read a long paragraph or a long sentence, because they want interesting, short statement and easy to read. So you must avoid writing long, because it can lose attraction and waste expense. So, and there are some elements of an effective advertisement copy. So how can you make an effective ad copy? First, must be simple. Should use short, simple, understandable words and sentences, because nowadays people want quick things. They don't want, especially in advertisement, there is something catchy in very short time. And you must be informative and give the information which readers want to know about the products. So the products must be clear about its benefits. People will understand which benefits they can have from your product. That's the basic standards for their purchase behavior. And it must be concise and complete. The content of the advertisement must be complete and brief, so it is easy to understand. It must be enthusiastic. Tell the reader what the product service will do for him. And be honest. Now, if a customer read an advertisement like buy our product, we are the best, or this is the best for you, rarely they will buy the product. You must be honest and truthful towards the public, and let the customer feel that the benefits of the product is real. And finally, create an urge. Review unknown or unseen feature of the product. It means like you educate your customer and let them know what they haven't known about the product. And there are some useful tips in copywriting. So many people think that ad copy is a work of creation, creative work, but but everything has its basic. You must gather the materials from pop culture, like the content of the ads must be fit with general and the huge group of society. So it must be out of the book. It's the real life, and you have to learn. And you must understand your customer, what's their needs, what makes them interested, and what can attract them. And you must be think differently, like be creative, think differently, because people are very similar with the traditional advertisement. There is something new, something different from the others. and this will different your product from other competitors, and create twist in the content. Like in the story, when people read a story, they will have the intent to predict the end of the story. If you change a little bit in the end, like when a man reading sweet sentence about a girl, but he sent to 100 of girls or a group of hot girls, it's very different. And it's different, but it's be real. And the final is break the norms, like don't follow the tradition, but create the new things. And in the conclusion, advertising copywriting plays a crucial role in positioning company image in customer mind, and that will affect customer behavior toward the company's product or service. That's how advertisement copywriting works. And there are segment types of ad copy. Each type has different expression based on the purpose of the advertisement and the media through which it is planned to convey. There are some common mistakes a copywriter must avoid, and some tips for an effective ad copy. And finally, a company requires a skillful copywriter to work for the success of an advertisement, because it's not only about deliver or what the value of the company, but it's about understanding and communicate with your customer. So this is the end of my presentation. Thank you for listening.